Hello everyone, this is Christian from Getting Started with Crypto. Today it is just myself. The guys are busy doing their thing, but I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about the current state of the market, what we've seen, what's been going on, and my top 3 picks coming out of this huge, really historic dip that we've seen. Without further ado, let's take a look at the market. So as you can see, really second half of yesterday and today, the market has started to recover. You just see a sea of green. You can see Verge up 65%. Really, that whole top 100, nothing but green. And you'll probably see the same again and here in the top 200, just a sea of green. Market is in recovery mode. Let's all hope it stays this way. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap. And for me, when I see big movements in the market, first thing that I like to look at is the total market cap. So let's take a look at this chart here on CoinMarketCap. This is where I like to review it. So right here you can see what we've done overall time, but let's go ahead and take a closer look at the 7-day chart. So right here you can see back around January 13th, 14th, market cap was around $750 billion. Then all of a sudden around 16th, we start to see the dips. We go down to $540 billion. Then we're down to 450 and finally all the way down to $417 billion. So from our $750 billion to 400, that's quite the dip, and you can imagine why you've seen your portfolios sink down as low as they have. I know personally I had to delete my Blockfolio app during this whole dip downwards. Looking at it every hour, as all of us crypto investors tend to do, it was just becoming too painful for myself. And me, as someone who's relatively new to the crypto scene, I came in back in just November. This was by far the biggest dip that I've ever seen. So that temptation to get out of the market, to sell, to cut my losses, all of those emotions were just surging through my body. But the more I read, the more I researched, the more I knew that the best move, the best thing that I could do was to simply hold and wait this out. Very fortunate that it does look like we are starting to pull out of this. We're currently all the way back up to about $580 billion almost, so that's a fantastic sign. So coming out of this dip, I think there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of coins that sunk down quite a lot, and it would be a good time to get into those coins now as the market hopefully starts to resurge. So without further ado, let's get started for my top 3 picks coming out of the dip. Number 1, first pick coming out of the dip, I'm picking PO. I have not gotten into PO yet, but I'm excited about this coin. So like I'm sure many of you guys, especially if you're looking at this video, when you are interested in a coin, your resources are probably YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, really social media accounts to try to get that pulse of the market. What coins are people talking about? Well, PO is one that I've seen people talking about for weeks, and I'm excited about it. You can see just about a week ago, it was way up there at about 20 cents. Dipped all the way down close to 6-7 cents. So significant dip, currently sitting at about 9 cents. You can see it's recovered a little over 40%. I expect to see this coin back at its all-time high, if not surpassing it at some point in the future. I'm pretty confident I will, just from what I've heard and what I've seen on this coin. So if you're not familiar with PO, it is a utility token. So PO uses cryptography to give both publishers and content creators the tools to automate the licensing process without relying on any third party. So one of those coins that's removing the middleman, connecting consumers and publishers and content creators, to me sounds like a very interesting use case. So, definitely before you get involved with this coin, please do your due diligence. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your research. take a look at their website if you have the chance. Maybe take a look at their white paper, get yourself familiar with the coin, study the chart, and see if this makes sense for your portfolio. Moving forward, my next pick, I actually did purchase a stack of this during almost the bottom of the dip. So this is the Binance coin. It's an exchange token, ticker BNB. So if you're not familiar with Binance, they're probably right now the most popular altcoin exchange, especially here in North America. They just have a wide selection of tokens, and you know, when tokens come to Binance, they usually do quite well. They are actually overwhelmed recently with the amount of new users, new registrations trying to come into the system. They had to temporarily freeze registrations on Binance. I believe now it's been reopened. The coin had hit an all-time high. Let's see, it looks like about $24, $25 or so. So currently sitting at $14.71. You can see there's definitely more room for growth. As the market turns around, I expect to see a lot more people coming into Binance, a lot more people trading on Binance. Even if you're not interested in Binance for its potential growth, in my opinion, it's a great coin to keep in your portfolio if you trade regularly at Binance. Because just by holding this coin, you cut your fees, your trading fees in half. And for someone like me that's actively trading, that's huge. So I recommend always keeping some BNB in your portfolio for just that purpose. Moving on to my third and final pick. This is definitely my favorite one. If you talk to the guys over at the Getting Started with Crypto Club, they'll tell you that I'm an absolute fanboy for Simple Token. I've been following these guys since just before their ICO and have been nothing but impressed with them. So let's take a look at the chart real quick. You can see right over here they peaked around. They actually got all the way up to $1.45. Currently sitting at 57 cents, almost 58 cents. I'm excited about this token. So it's a utility token. And if you're not familiar with Simple Token, what they do is they're kind of like the WordPress for tokenization. So what that means is any company, any organization that's interested in getting into tokenization, they can do so with Open Simple Token. What they do is they purchase Open Simple Token, and through the Simple Token software suite, they're able to brand the tokens and create their own private ecosystem. In doing so, they remove Simple Tokens from the circulating supply, thus hopefully driving the demand and the price of Simple Token up. So the more companies that come aboard, the more value that Open Simple Token has. They've already announced over 20 partnerships, primarily startups getting involved and wanting to brand tokens with them. They did put out a teaser that they have some partners coming on with over a million users and billions of transactions. So I think when we see those announcements, we'll also see more of a surge. They are looking at other revenue streams for Simple Token. For example, their KYC, Know Your Customer process during their ICO was really unmatched in how smooth and automated that whole system is. So what they're doing now is they're going to be doing KYC as a service and selling it out to other ICOs and tokens that are looking to get on exchanges and need to go through the KYC process. They can now purchase the KYC system that Simple Token developed and pay for that with Open Simple Token, again removing tokens from that circulating supply, which is really critical in driving up the value. So real quickly, let's just take a quick look at the overall market cap. $150 million market cap currently. I've seen that number as high as $250 million. I am hopeful and really expect it to get back up there again. Volume looks great at about $12.3 million. Total supply, 800 million tokens, and you can see just 257 million circulating supply. Why is that? Well, early investors, founders, all of their tokens are vested over a period of 1 to 2 years to stop early investors from dumping their tokens onto the market. So each month, early investors will receive a portion of their tokens that they are then free to trade or do whatever they want to do with them. But I think it's a great solution to prevent people from, going in early on these type of tokens and then dumping them as soon as they hit the market. So I'm definitely a fan of Simple Token and what they've been doing so far. This wraps up my picks coming out of the dip. Please let me know what you think. Are you a fan of these tokens? Are you a fan of some other tokens that maybe aren't on my radar and need to be on my radar? Please let me know. I am a student just like all of you. More I can learn, the better I'll do personally. So thank you all for your time.